Another example is Senator Russ Feingold, Yamach Shmo V'Zichro, from Wisconsin. This self-hating Jew has been in the Senate for a long time now. He is just the most disgusting left-wing self-hating Jew. He was the only member of the Senate to vote against taking measures against Muslim terrorists. There was one measure that was proposed of taking action against Muslim terrorists, and the vote, I think, was like 93-1 or whatever. He was the only senator. He voted in favor of the Muslims, to defend the Muslims. He was the only member of the Senate that actually did that. He is such, and of course, constantly speaking about the need for peace and the need for a PLO Hamas state in the land of Israel, for Israel to commit suicide. Just a very, very malignant, he's like a malignant cancer. And, for him to be in the Senate is harmful to Israel, to the Jewish people, to America, and to the world. And so we should work to defeat him. According to the polls, it's a close race in Wisconsin. So maybe we can, God willing, maybe we can defeat him this November. So that's two examples. Andrew Romanoff in Colorado, Russ Feingold in Wisconsin. They're two examples of Jews running for the Senate whom we really should work to defeat. A third example. There's a self-hating Jewish billionaire named Jeff Green. Yamach Shmo V'Zichro Shem Reshaim Yirkav. This piece of garbage is running in the Democrat primary for the Senate in Florida. He became a billionaire by basically, like a vulture, like a blood-sucking vulture, he bet on the collapse of the mortgages in the housing crisis, in the housing bubble. So when everybody went down, he made money on it. He bet against them, and he made money on it. It's a complex economic issue, but he basically wanted everybody to get screwed so that he can make money off of it like a vulture. And this self-hating Jewish billionaire, now this self-hating Jewish billionaire, and by the way, he was involved in, this is a mortgage fraud scandal in California that he made money on. I mean, scandalous behavior. I mean, just disgusting behavior. But even way beyond that, he got married to a non-Jewish woman at a wedding. Just to show you what what sick, disgusting people. He married, I think it was a Chinese woman at a wedding. Chinese non-Jewish woman he married. And this is a billionaire. He could easily have gotten a Jewish wife. I mean, come on. The guy's worth billions of dollars. Billionaires can get wives. Okay, I'm sorry to say that, but women like to marry billionaires. He could have gotten a wife easily. He marries this woman, an intermarriage, of course, which is treason, naturally. And who is the best man at his wedding? The convicted rapist black Muslim Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, who bites people's ears and noses off and bites and brutally raped this woman and went to prison had a 7-year prison sentence for it. This black Muslim who has expressed endless hatred toward whites and Jews and everybody else. This black Muslim convicted rapist monster was the best man at Jeff Green's intermarriage wedding. And of course, he had Heidi Fleischman, whatever her name was, the madam, the Hollywood madam, who was a pimp. He had her. I mean, he had her living at his house. He was having, he had an affair with her, and she was living with him. I mean, just what a slimy, vile, evil individual. God allowed him to make billions, and he uses his billions to spread evil, just for evil, only for evil, like all the Jewish billionaires do. Just uses the money that God gave him to spread evil. By the way, the Gentile billionaires do the same thing. They're also all, almost down to the last one, almost all of them are evil as well. But it bothers me because I'm a Jew, and I see my fellow Jews act like this. It bothers me even more. This animal, Jeff Green, now is blitzing the Florida media with television commercials because he obviously has the money to buy them, and so he's running for the Senate. He has to be defeated in Florida. And a fourth example I'm going to give you. So I've given you Andrew Romanoff in Colorado, Russ Feingold in Wisconsin, Jeff Green in Florida. Now the fourth example, and there are many other examples, but the fourth one I'm going to bring to the program this week is Senator Barbara Boxer in California. She is just an abomination, such a left-wing, evil, sick, self-hating piece of garbage. What a self-hating, evil, vile piece of garbage. And constantly works to undermine her own people and constantly works to destroy America as well. There's no question about it. She's a traitor to America. She's a traitor to the Jews. She's a traitor to Israel. If she were defeated, it would be a blessing for the Jewish people, or at least we'd be getting rid of a curse. The person running against her, again, is not my favorite person, but a lot better than her. These are 4 examples of self-hating Jews: Romanoff in Colorado, Feingold in Wisconsin, Green in Florida, and Boxer in California, who should be defeated. They are self-hating Jews. They spread Chilul Hashem all over the place. They desecrate God's name. They disgrace the Jewish people. They cause anti-Semitism. They cause hatred and contempt for the Jews, because when the people see them, they don't see them as just self-hating traitors. They view them as representing the Jewish people, which of course is not true, but that's human nature. When people see a Jew behaving like that, they think, oh, that's the way the Jews are. So they cause anti-Semitism, they desecrate God's name, they mislead their fellow Jews, they convince their fellow Jews also to be traitors and scum. And they work to pressure Israel to commit suicide and work behind the scenes to hurt Israel and to hurt the Jewish people and to hurt America. That's what they spend their time doing. Defeating them is a mitzvah. It is a commandment to defeat them. And we should indeed do what we can to defeat. These are 4 examples of people that should be defeated. And there are others. There are going to be others that are going to come up, and people are going to ask us about them, and there are other important people. That's for the 2010 elections. I'm not going to go into 2012. We're probably going to be, after 2010, we're probably going to be concentrating on defeating Barack Hussein Osama. All of our efforts will probably be concentrated mainly on Barack Hussein Osama in 2012. But in 2010, in the election coming up this November, we've got a midterm election. We've got these self-hating traitors. Why not work to try to defeat them, to at least not be silent and speak out? I think it's something we can do, and I think it's an important role that we can play. If it's a close election, you never know. If it's a close election, and we put a lot of comments on newspaper sites and other sites which allow you to comment and allow you to respond. If our people put comments on there that convince people to vote against these filthy bums, it could swing the election. Now, and we'll discuss how you do that. I mean, our main comments won't be about Israel and Jewish issues, because the voters in these places are not Jewish, are overwhelmingly non-Jewish. We'll speak about American issues and convince American voters, God willing, to vote against this slime. But defeating the Mike Bloomberg, Anthony Weiner, Andrew Romanoff, Russ Feingold, Barbara Boxer type self-hating Jews, defeating them is very important for America and for Israel and for the world. So it's something I hope that we're going to be doing. I hope we'll do that, and I myself will participate in it, and I hope that we'll participate in going to these sites and signing up and trying to do this. It's just something that I think we should be doing.